Hi, everyone, and good evening, and thanks for being here. Glad to say it's Friday. It's also the last Friday of February. I will see you in March next time on Monday's program. We will also be on Monday coming out of what's going to be a very and soggy weekend is not the appropriate adjective to use to describe it. Up to 2 inches of rain, maybe more in the forecast. We've already seen some light showers today, but that's just going to increase as the weekend goes on. I'll tell you what we're looking at water-wise in just a few moments. We'll see some sun starting off March and next week, only for a few days, and then back to possibly another wet pattern. Your updated outlook in just a few moments. A lot of ground to cover tonight before I go into any of that. As I mentioned at the very preface of last night's show, just want to throw it out there again, and I knew I wouldn't have it ready by today, but I'll put together a little more of a finite list, if you will, but actively over the next few months seeking someone who might be interested in doing some video editing and even sitting behind this desk on occasion with everything that's going on here in-house between the newspapers and the printing company. Time is getting a little thin. It's a good problem to have. And someone who might be interested in going out with some video editing skills already in place, going out and doing some stories as well as possibly sitting behind the desk. This job here would require some experience and knowledge with Final Cut Pro, of course, Apple's editing software, which is what I use for everything. So keep that in mind. Anyone with any experience in that field at all, I'd like to hear from you, hear your thoughts on the matter, and possibly see about making that happen sometime in the not so distant future. With that said, a local COVID update. We haven't had one of those directly from our public health director for a while. We have one tonight, and numbers are still staying really good and positive. Vaccines are going out by the hundreds per week in McGoffin County. Possibly a new location to add to the vaccine list here in McGoffin County, maybe as soon as next week. Tell you what I can in a second, an update on the Licking Valley RECC lineman who fell in Wolfe County. Hornet highlights from last night. We'll go through scores for McGoffin and Johnson and Paintsville teams, and a lot of other news and information. And a few words with Martin Conley. He's down south in Florida, as I told you last night, in their first race of the season. And it's kind of a big reset for Conley Racing. We'll hear from him in just a few moments. The 56th Academy of Country Music Awards, not until April, but the nominations are out, and perhaps to no surprise, but to much delight, a couple of folks are in the front as far as nominations go, and Chris Stapleton is indeed one. Nominated in categories including Song of the Year, Male Artist of the Year, and a long, long list of others. Yep. The CMAs are going to be another big event, I believe, for Johnson County native and everyone's favorite country music star in this area, certainly and definitely one of later on in April. We've got a few weeks to look forward to the CMAs. Yesterday, Governor Beshear announced 119 new vaccination sites. That brings a total now about 414 across the state of Kentucky. 6 of these are regional sites. 3 are federally qualified health centers. 10 Walmarts, 10 Krogers, 90 Walgreens as well. New locations will be added to the Where Can I Get Vaccinated map when you go to vaccine.ky.gov. The Sayersville Walgreens is to be one of those. Tell you what I can in a few moments with a follow-up next week, early next week. New cases yesterday, 1,447 in Kentucky, 43 deaths reported yesterday. Today's numbers in just a few moments, statewide and locally as well. Headlines will begin right after this. Being Sayersville's oldest continuous business is not Fraser's Prater Drug's most important legacy. It's the care and attention they devote to every single customer. And that, combined with quick and convenient curbside service at the front and rear entrances, makes for getting your medications simply and safely. And calling ahead makes it even faster. Fraser's Prater Drug Store's curbside and in-store service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 until 6.
Appalachian Wireless invites you to start the new year off with a bang. What better way than with a new Samsung device? The new Samsung Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and S21 Ultra are the latest and hottest devices of the new year with great cameras, all-day battery life, and faster processors. The S21 is the phone everyone wants and will be jealous of. From now till the end of February, the new Samsung S21 models will be $400 off the Advantage plan at Appalachian Wireless and AppalachianWireless.com. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
We haven't had a local COVID update from our public health director now for quite some time, with the focus, of course, being on the winter storm that is now over and done with. With that said, however, we checked in today with Pete Shepard, our public health director, a milestone that Magoffin County will have most certainly have reached by the next time we report on Monday of next week. 996 total cases to date for Magoffin County. But case numbers, daily case numbers, have continued to slow down to one of their slowest paces since relatively early on in the pandemic.
Last 10 days we've had 15 total cases, which is great. I know during the ice storm that week we had like 110, and then this week we've had like 2, 3, something like that. So it's still staying really low compared to what it was the few weeks before.
I've been saying all week long that, just by my own observation, that the low numbers here and statewide are due to the fact of the weather. A lot of people maybe not getting tested, but perhaps even more so that people are just not getting out and spreading as much. That's kind of how it's been working out for you guys.
That's what I think it's helped a lot with those, everybody staying in and not being out. But now the last 2 or 3 days, like I say, we're still staying at the 3 and 2 numbers with pretty nice weather, So I always hope it continues that. But and I know statewide we've been given a lot of vaccinations, and I think people are heeding a little bit more and wearing the mask and stuff. I see, in my opinion, I just see more people wearing masks than used to. So.
I think it was yesterday that I told everyone that you told me that you guys are giving out 350 vaccines in a day or two or something, or just a few days.
We give out 350 this week. We give out 150 boost doses in one day, and we give out 100 to the 70 and over, which finished our 70 and over group up. And if still is anybody 70 and over, they can still call and get the vaccine. And we're starting on the 60 and over. We give out 100 yesterday on that. So 350 vaccines for our health department's a lot, and we really done well. But like I say, we are on the 60 and over, and starting to hit some of the essential personnel. And I think I'm holding back another 200 or 300 doses that will be really just opening up to anybody. I hope so. I hope that's going to be the case.
Well, on that note, are you going to be able to, if the state giving you any indicator as to what kind of vaccine allotment you're going to be receiving?
No. We had a survey today, and I'm asking for 200 of the Madura per week. They asked us if we wanted the Johnson & Johnson, if we wanted to mix with that, and we declined at this time with the staff. We consulted with each other, and we decided we just want to stay with the Madura. And I know the Johnson & Johnson's one dose, and it's 80% effective now is what they say. But we're going to wait on that and see how that goes. But we're going to stay with hopefully getting 200 doses a week.
So as of right now, again, bottom line is who needs to be calling and getting on the list, and how many have you got on that list?
60 and over. Anybody 60 and over that wants to get started needs to call Monday. We've already got 100 scheduled for Monday, 60 and over, and then we've got 100 booster doses from 28 days ago that we'll have to give out this week. And then if we get 100 or 200 new doses this coming week, the state requires us to give 90% of those doses within 7 days after we receive them. So we will probably keep scheduling right on Wednesday and Thursday and try to give as many of those out on Wednesday and Thursday. And we always try to keep Friday open so we can just catch up on all the numbers. We have a lot of paperwork that goes with these vaccines that we have to report to the state, and it takes my staff quite a bit of time to put all that in the computers and stuff like that. So if we get 200 doses, which I'm hoping we will, I want all we can get, we will be giving them out Wednesday and Thursday.
That's an awesome.
And taking appointments for those.
Yeah, that's an awesome job they're doing. I know you thank them, and thank them for us as well. Anything else before we close, Pete?
No, I just want to say, just everybody keep wearing their mask and keep calling for these vaccinations, man. As long as we get them, we want to give them, and we want everybody to get one. And I think we might be kind of turning the tide just a little bit on this thing, and if everybody just stays patient like we've been the last and cooperate, we'll get through this, and hopefully everybody will get the vaccine that needs it pretty soon.
Shepard says there are 0 Magoffin Countyans hospitalized at this time. Again, 15 cases in 10 days. That's about 1.5 per day. That's a very good average, certainly comparatively. And the Sagersville Walgreens is also going to be among those locations where you'll be able to get the vaccine. I spoke with Leslie, the manager there today. I'll be talking with her on Tuesday next week, I believe, to find out how that is going to work. So look forward to finding out more of that here on Your News Today. With that said, let me just take a quick break. A couple of details to add to our next story. Just a word or two, and I'll be right back.
Jesse Rudd and his staff at Parkway Pharmacy are proud to announce the newest member of their team, and yours, pharmacist Dustin Jones, who's actually the grandson of Janet and the late Paul Jones of Dixie in Salyersville. And his addition of over 12 years of experience in inpatient and outpatient services gives you unmatched availability and care when it comes to your health and medication.
Parkway Pharmacy, where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Go with All-Pro, and you'll always get a perfectly finished project backed by decades of experience and thousands of satisfied customers. Always with the best prices on everything from small to large remodels, bathrooms to kitchens to entire homes, or turnkey new construction on everything from garages, homes to retail space. And seamless gutters, too. And All-Pro still offers 0% financing for up to 18 months and long-term, low-interest rates on those big projects. For an estimate, call this family-owned business today. Spring is always the time for new beginnings and redecorating, or at least adding a few new favorite pieces to your home decor. And the Seasonal Shop has just finished resetting their entire home decor section with all new merchandise. It's all there. Classic favorites, new trends, and the unusual pieces that can set your decor apart from everyone else. Farmhouse, timeless blue and white pottery, natural woods, beaded accents, bohemian, bees, lemons, copper, white pottery, and equestrian. It's all there. And it's all there with local delivery, layaway, and curbside pickup. It's the only place like it. The Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville.
Still a lot of folks in Lawrence County and other parts of eastern Kentucky still without power. It's tough go. It's been almost 2 weeks now, 12 days since the ice storm. That's just staggering to think about. As for Licking Valley RECC customers, they are down to just a handful of accounts, 19. And when you break that down, some are said to be barns. There's a cell tower, a few homes that are just seasonal and no one living there at the time. So for the majority, their customers are back online. The best news coming from Licking Valley RECC, however, is that this man got to go home, at least briefly, before his next surgery.
Scott Spencer from Wolfe County with Licking Valley RECC, as I told you days ago, was nearly 30 feet off of the ground on a pole. When that pole broke and gave way, it was actually broken below the ground some foot or so, and there was no way to know that that was the condition of the pole, as they were stretching lines to other poles which had just been repaired. Nevertheless, he fell, and his injuries included both arms being broken, a seriously broken and wounded shoulder, and a lot of other injuries as well. An update from both Mr. Spencer and his wife say that he's gone under at least one surgery so far for his shoulder. However, when they went back in to try to make repairs, they could not due to the extent of his injuries. It will take a plastic ball joint, screws, plates, and the like to try to repair his shoulder during at least one more surgery that is to take place. But he was released and allowed to go home earlier today until that surgery takes place. His surgical team at the University of Kentucky wanted him to go home and get a little rest before his surgery sometime next week. And we, as does everyone else I'm sure, continue to wish Mr. Spencer as speedy of a recovery as possible.
I've got a lot in sports tonight. We'll talk to Martin Conley of Conley Racing down in Florida, shaking it up with a new setup, and Hornet highlights, some scores and schedules for you as well. Big district game here in Magoffin County tomorrow night. Right now, let's just take a quick look at tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau calendar.
And it starts off with a birthday that says, could you please wish Darian Alexander Campbell a happy 25th birthday? Sure can. Happy 25th birthday Darian Alexandra Campbell, happy birthday to you from Arbadella Reed, Corey Cravens, and the Campbells. Happy birthday to you. Happy 25th. Only one quick announcement on the rest of the calendar. The countywide boil water advisory, just in case you missed it last night, has been lifted. Of course, this not due to any breakages, but due to, of course, the low water issues that were associated with the electricity being off for so many days. And if you've got a calendar announcement for your church, group, club, nonprofit, something like that, you know how it works. Send it to me any way you can. I'll tell everyone about it. Birthdays and anniversaries are free. Send them to me the same way. And birthdays, anniversaries, and birth announcements can be published for free as well in the Sagersville Independent. You just got to tell us. Send those, though, to Joe, J-O, at SagersvilleIndependent.com. As we turn to this evening's funeral services, first a reminder of services to be held for Lacey Reisner, 73, of Lee Roark Road in Hazel Green, who passed away Thursday. Son of the late Lloyd and Dora Reisner, survived by brother Junior Reisner and sister Ressie Roark and sister Tressie Brown of Sagersville. Funeral services for Lacey Reisner to be held tomorrow at 1 from the Sagersville Funeral Home Chapel. Family will welcome friends for visitation after 9 o'clock in the morning. A reminder of services to be held tomorrow at 1 for Phyllis Wanda Blanton, 85, of Sagersville. She passed away Monday, survived by her sons Kelly, James, Larry Joe, daughters Stella Mae Conley, Bonnie Blanton, Michael Rao, Cassie Blanton, Rose Bays, Martha Sloan, and sisters Michelle Daniels and Uzilla Bernice Watson. Several grandkids, several great-grandkids, several great-great-grandchildren. Funeral services again tomorrow at 1 from the Flat Fork Free Will Baptist Church. Services will be held Sunday for little 8-month-old Scooter Reisner, Karsten Nicholas Scooter Reisner, who passed away on Sunday, the son of Dennis Loop and Tialona Reisner. Funeral services again to be held Sunday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. In other announcements, 68-year-old Donna Allen of Sagersville passed away Wednesday at the UK Medical Center, daughter of the late Delmas Brown and Ella Mae Blanton. She survived by her sons, Chris Brown and Grover Jason Allen, sister Brenda Brown, 4 grandsons as well, and she was preceded in death by her husband, Grover Allen Jr. Services for Deborah will be held Monday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Visitation will be Sunday evening from 6 until 9. 61-year-old Rita Mae Susie Helton of Hensley Road in Sagersville passed away Wednesday of this week at home with her family. The daughter of the late Ben and Anna Shepard Patrick, she survived by her husband Timothy Helton, daughter Elizabeth Cole, brothers Creed Patrick and Glenn Patrick, and 2 grandkids. Funeral services for Rita will be held this Monday at 1 at the Sagersville Funeral Home. Visitation will be Sunday evening after 5. Marcus G. Reisner, Frog Reisner, 60, of Sagersville, passed away yesterday here in Magoffin County. Arrangements still incomplete at this hour, but to be made by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. And 85-year-old Jesse Adams of Old Lick Creek Road in Sagersville passed away last evening. The Magoffin County Funeral Home says they're still making arrangements with the family, and those will be announced soon.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Drive safe and save this winter at Conley Tire in Staffordsville, or just go to conleytire.net to see the latest specials on thousands of all-season snow and off-road tires in stock every day. And you can take 6 months to pay with no interest at Conley Tire, 297-2424. Never content with just winning, Conley Racing has made a big reset from the last few racing seasons. You know, in the past 2 years, they've had 2 undefeated seasons in a row in 2 different cars. That was in Limited 235 and DXP Street classes.
And all that did was make Martin Conley and his team want some stiffer competition, so they've set their sights on Ultra Street this season. And this weekend kicks off the first of the points race in Florida. That's where I caught up with him via the telephone a few moments ago after a few early passes in qualifying.
We done real good last year, and then this year we just wanted to move basically up class, and there is more opportunities to race this class all over the country, and there is a bigger following for it, and there is, the competition is really, really tough in it, so that is where we want to be, and that's why we come to this class. What is Ultra Street?
What are the big differences in this class and what you've been running in for so long?
Well, we get a run. We run this a little bit last year. We won with Ed's orange car, and we won a pretty big race with it. And then this year we put it in my silver car we put Ed's engine in my silver car because it is a little bit more of a race car. And this class we get to use bigger blowers and more power, and we get to use a better tire, and so we get we get to go faster. When we got here first pass, we went out on Wednesday night, and it really the first pass we just it was more of a we had to guess everything, so we missed it a little bit, and it really we just shut it down. And that was kind of it for that pass. But then we went out and made another hit and went 464. So that was on the very first full pull on the card, and we was real excited about that. Showing a lot of promise, but we've struggled a little bit since, and we've been changing torque converters in it and changing parts in the torque converter. We're just new car stuff. Anytime we got a new EFI system in our vehicle control module, which controls the whole car. You seen the other day in the shop, and that thing is it's a computer. It's got little bugs and gremlins on anything that's new. You got stuff set up wrong in there. You got sensor scaled wrong, or I guess it's kind of it's definitely complicated for me, but we're getting through it, and we're just every lap we're learning stuff and making progress.
As of airtime, the fastest Martin had pulled was a 464. Not happy with that. They're shooting for the 450s at least this weekend. Their last qualifying round, just an update, is going to be tonight. Eliminations weren't set until Sunday. They are now set to start tomorrow. Flow Racing is where you can go. It is a subscription service. I haven't gone on and got mine yet to find out the details about how it works, how much it is. But if you want to watch it live, you can do so. Flow Racing, FLO, I believe it is, .com. McGoffin County Hornets traveled to Floyd Central last night, the second of the two regular season matchups and the only season matchups for these two teams. A big win early on for McGoffin County. They were looking for the second and sweep of Floyd Central last night, where it was 3-14 in favor of McGoffin County. About halfway through the first quarter, 5-18 at the end of the first quarter, and the Hornets led 34-18 at the half.
While things did get just a little bit intense for a few minutes early in the second half, Floyd Central came out and hit 2 free throws off of a technical call to McGoffin County for a dunk during warm-up to the second half. And then they made good on a 2 there, and then a few fans may have started to think, well, here we go. But if those thoughts were being had, they were just for a few seconds. The Hornets led 53-36 at the end of the third. And when you're making plays like this one and then this pass, check this out. Morning over to Wilson. I mean, when you're rolling, and they were rolling last night. So it's 53-36 at the end of the third quarter. 48-69 was the final score last night for the boys over Floyd Central, and that's after the 89-50 whipping they gave them back early on in the season. So 2 big wins for McGoffin County over Floyd Central. They, of course, had 2 big wins over the former or reigning district champion Martin County this season, and now they're looking for their second game against Paintsville tomorrow night for the regular season. Of course, they fell to Paintsville at Paintsville just a few weeks ago. So tomorrow, one way or the other, promises to be a good one. So as it stands after last night's win, McGoffin County is above the 500 mark, 9-8 right now in the season. They're 2-3 in district play. They're also 9th in 15th region standings, but because they've had 8 losses. But they've got more wins than Paintsville, which is the 6th 15th region seed right now at 6-7. Betsy Lane is 7th with 8-6 record. East Ridge 8th at 8-7. McGoffin's got more wins than those 3, but they've got more losses to the tune of 1 or 2 games. So that's how it all shakes down. Again, the boys hosting Paintsville and the Tigers tomorrow, and varsity is set to start at 7:30. Just to let you know. And, of course, highlights here on Monday's program. The Lady Hornets, a loss night before last at Floyd Central. They fell 12-53 to the Jaguars, and they are tonight on the road at Lee County. The girls looking for their 5th win of the season. They've actually got road games all the way through this weekend and are set to be here at home hosting Johnson Central Monday of next week.
Indeed, it is now time to talk about a very wet weekend ahead. A lot of rain coming our way.
Yeah, absolutely. We've already seen some light precipitation out there today, and as I said, it is definitely going to be on the increase. Winds are going to be calm, so it's not going to be a big blowing rain, but there's going to be a lot to add up. We'll see 45 degrees tonight, which is a pretty mild low with this system, and we'll see anywhere from a quarter to a half inch of rain tonight. Now, watch these numbers continue to go up. Yeah, quarter to half inch of rain for the rest of your evening and overnight. Temperatures tomorrow hit the mid, close to upper 50s. Winds are still calm, but check out total accumulation for rain between a quarter and a half of an inch tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, another half to another 3/4. It's up to an inch and a half of total rainfall for your Saturday. So that's 2 inches right there, possible 2 inches. Possible half inch tonight, possible inch and a half total tomorrow. And then take a look at Sunday, warmer still, hitting the mid, maybe upper 60s, but winds as well with all of that warm air. Southwesterly 6 to 17 miles per hour, and maybe another 3/4 to another inch of rain on your Sunday. Do the quick math. That's possibly a potential up to a total of 3 inches of rain between now and the end of your weekend. There's some good news to that scenario. It is that after the weekend, it is over and done, and that will be about all we can handle. Hopefully not causing any flooding issues. But keep in mind, all the freezing, all the rain, the moisture, the snow, the ice, we're already looking at slips everywhere, so that is certainly a big concern. Monday, as you saw, 51 as we cool back down, partly sunny, and then Monday night, clear and 25. There's Tuesday's forecast, pretty decent, 53 and mostly sunny, but shower chances roll back into the picture, but we still see a little sun. Partly sunny, 55 Wednesday, partly sunny, 56 Thursday, low 50s, mostly sunny on next Friday.
And that's going to do it for this Friday for this month for Your News Today. Intents and purposes. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you can stay dry. And as well, I hope to see you back here next week, Monday, for more of Your News Today. As always, thank you for watching.